Hello, this is Abigail Woodward, and as promised, I'm bringing you people in to help you through this lockdown time. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a much loved member of our community and a super respected person in the world of nutrition, and that is the one and only Angela Walker. I'm going to hand you over to her now. I hope you enjoy what she has to say, because boy, she knows what she's saying. Thank you for watching and really hoping you enjoy.
Hello, my name is Angela Walker and I'm a qualified and registered nutritional therapist. Abby's asked me to give some ideas, recommendations on food and nutrition that we can use to support the immune system. So I've got five ideas, 5 tips for you. The first one is sugar. I know, stop the press. Nutritionist says eating sugar is not a good idea. The thing is, we know this, right? But we carry on using sugar. So what I just want to explain is that when we eat sugar, it has quite an immediate effect on lowering the function, the activity of certain immune cells. So sugar really does have a negative effect on our immune system. So maybe that will be the inspiration, the hook that you need to make some sort of fundamental changes. And look, when it comes to sugar, it is all about habit. It's all about what our taste buds are used to. So just try gradually reducing the sugar and knowing that that's doing something to improve the functioning and the support of your immune system. Also, don't get sort of caught out by the healthy sugars like coconut sugar or agave syrup. There's still a combination of glucose, fructose, and other sugars. So they still have an effect. They still have a potentially negative effect. They're maybe not so much glucose as refined sugar, but it is still there. Okay, second point is your gut, your digestive system, because 70 to 80% of your immune function is there in your gut. And the biggest thing that influences how that gut functions, and therefore how the immune system functions within the gut, is the bacterial populations. So you've probably heard of the healthy bacteria or the microbiome, which is the unified name for all the bacteria that's in your gut. There's basically 4 big things that you can do to help support that. The first is eating fiber, so having high fiber in your diet. So that means lots of beans, lentils, pulses, vegetables and fruit. They basically feed the bacteria in the gut. Then we want to have lots of ferments. So the ferments are like when we have kind of live food, so whether that's live yogurt or whether that's all the wonderful fermented foods and drinks that we have from suppliers here on the island. But trying to get small amounts of those in every single day will help to kind of seed that good bacteria. Then it's about the phytonutrients, the color pigments that we have in all those fruits and vegetables, because those color pigments, the phytonutrients, they stimulate a diversity of the gut bacteria. You don't just want a lot of gut bacteria, you want to have lots of different types, the diversity. That's what defines a really healthy gut. And then the fourth thing is fasting. So it's so super important to have that overnight fast of at least 12 hours, because that helps the gut to do its kind of housekeeping, its cleaning work. So that's really important for sort of having that healthy, really diverse, good population gut bacteria. Okay, third thing is to eat enough protein. So it's kind of the tendency when, we're thinking, I'm going to switch to a healthier diet. So it's lots of fruits and vegetables. And yeah, that's great. But a typical what I typically see is that people then forget the protein or they drop the protein. And it's super important to have that protein because it provides really the building blocks of what your immune system needs. It's also related to sugar, because I think what I often see is the biggest factor that creates or gives people sugar cravings is that they haven't had enough protein in their diet. So I'm not talking about high protein diet, but I'm talking about having a protein source, having about a quarter of the plate or a third of the plate is the protein source. You know, if you like kind of measuring your macronutrients, I don't, but if you do, it's useful to get into the habit and to build the awareness. You're looking for about 20 grams of protein on a plate of food, and it really is every single meal. Every meal has that protein source. Okay, fourth one is the specific immune foods. So these are things like the garlic, the ginger. Also, the mushrooms have got great beta glucans. They really support the immune system. So, you know, how can you build those? Check in your store cupboard. Maybe you've got those kind of dried bags of mushrooms or sets. That's the time. Now's the time to pull them out. Start building them into your diet. Getting fresh mushrooms from the the market, the local supermarkets, and trying to use those build those into your meals. Garlic and ginger, you can have them in food, you can have them in drinks, just chopping them and seeping them in hot water, but really ways to help to support the immune system. And then the color, I've already mentioned it, the phytonutrients that are hidden in the color pigments of the fruits and vegetables, you can see how different ones of those will really stimulate the immune system and help to really kind of support the immune system, which is why you see certain fruits, certain vegetables as being said to have an immune function. Honestly, if you can get as much variety, get really fresh, and make sure you've got plenty of garlic, plenty of ginger, and you're getting mushrooms in regularly, like that's a really good foundation for having a diet that will support your immune system. And then fifth point is things that we can do to support the secretory IgA, which is like the first line of defense that's in the saliva, in the mouth, but all the way down the throat and in through the stomach and into the digestive system. That secretory IgA is literally, it contains cells that are like the front line, the inventory, the front line of your immune system. So kind of standing there, soldiers, kind of on guard, not letting anything in. So there's a couple of things that we can do to support that secretory IgA, especially in the saliva gland. This is things like gargling. So gargling with warm water and a little bit of salt, like half a teaspoon of salt, but swirling that around and gargling with that. There's some really cool studies that show that prevents, that stimulates the saliva, but it also prevents viruses and bacteria from kind of infiltrating, getting further into the body. So really, really kind of useful to do at the moment. Avoid things that will block that saliva or damage in any way the secretory IgA in that saliva. So that would be the sodium lauryl sulfate that you often find in regular toothpaste. That can have quite an inhibitory effect. So hopefully you've got some simple, easy to do ideas that will help you to support your immune system in this time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.